Hello guys, hope you will be fine and taking good care of your health. Welcome to this video. In this video we are discussing torque or moment of a force. When we open or close a door by pushing or pulling it, here push or pull turn the door about its hinge or axis of rotation. The door is open or closed due to the turning effect of the force acting on it. So first of all we are discussing what is rigid body, then we define axis of rotation, then torque. What is rigid body? You have to underline from here. A body is composed of a large number of small particles. Now that every body is made up of a large number of particles. If the distances between all the pairs of particles of the body do not change by applying a force, then it is called a rigid body. This is a define of a rigid body. Now axis of rotation. Consider a rigid body rotating about a line. The particles of the body move in circles with their centers are lying on this line. This line is called the axis of rotation. You know that you can take the example of a door. When you know that door is a rigid body and it is made up of a large number of particles. When you move it, each particle of a door move in a circle. Yes, we cannot rotate it in a circle. We can't rotate a door in a circle. But if we rotate a door in a circle, then each particle of a door rotate in a circle. Then center lies on a same line. Then the center of each particle of the door lies on the same line. That is called axis of rotation. You can see this is the door, and here this line. Center of each particle, for example this particle, this particle, this particle, this particle, the center of each particle lies on this same line. This line is called axis of rotation. Now first of all rigid body from here to here, then axis of rotation, then torque. The turning effect of a force is called the torque or moment of the force. Okay, now we are defining. You have all the other details of the examples of torque. You can take any one of them. Now we are discussing line of action of a force. The line along which a force acts is called the line of action of the force. Simple. The line along which a force acts is called line of action of a force. Then define moment term. The perpendicular distances between the axis of rotation. For example, this is a line that is axis of rotation, and at this point we are applying a force F. You can see this force F and this line is making angle 90 degree. You can see this line and this line, axis of rotation and momentum, are making line 90 degree, making angle 90 degree. So the perpendicular distances between the axis of rotation and the line of action of the force is called the moment arm of the force. It is represented by the distance L. Okay, so this is the define of moment arm from here to here, and here this is the mathematical form of torque. Torque is equal to tau is equal to F multiplied by L, and torque is a vector quantity. Now we are discussing define of principle of movement. Before discussing principle of movements, we are defining clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement. Okay, the torque or movement of a force produced in when the object there is not a proper define of clockwise movement, so here you have to write yourself. That is I tell you, when the object is moving in clockwise direction, generally used to tighten a nut, then the torque or moment of the force so produced is called clockwise movement. And second define is cut. On the other hand, cut when the object is moving in anti-clockwise direction, generally used to loosen a nut, Then the torque, a moment of the force so produced, is called anti-clockwise moment. This is the property find that I tell you. You can write yourself. Okay. Then we are defining principle of moments. A body is balanced if the sum of clockwise moment acting on the body is equal to the sum of anti-clockwise moment acting on it. For example, a body initially at rest not rotate if sum of all the clockwise moment acting on it is balanced by the sum of all anti-clockwise moments acting on it. This is known as the principle of moments. According to the principle of moments, this is the defined. Okay. You have to define. There are three defined in this topic: clockwise movement, anti-clockwise movement, and the principle of movement that is given in a pink box. Now we are discussing center of mass. Also we only define center of mass. Center of mass of a system is such a point where an applied force causes the system to move without rotation, and that point is called center of mass. Now what is center of gravity? These all details are for to understand this topic. You can learn this all details yourself, but you have to only define it. Okay. Now center of gravity, a point where the whole weight of the body appears to act vertically downward, is called center of gravity of the body. Mostly center of gravity lies on center of mass. Okay, I hope you understand this. Next we find center of gravity of by the help of the line of a thin lamina. If you have any problem in any question, you can ask me. Allah Hafiz.